If you would like to support this channel to grow, please subscribe. I also do have personal readings open. So if that is something that you're interested, definitely check out my YouTube channel. It will be in the links. Otherwise, let's get started. You're in your element. You have the Magician. The Magician is about manifestation. So you have all the elements in your power. So literally there should be nothing stopping you. Because the Magician is about trickery, but the card alone is literally about you have all the elements that you need to manifest what you want. So you literally shouldn't have any excuses, Leo. So Leo, you shouldn't have any excuses because the Magician is literally about having all the elements. All the elements are either within you or they're outside of you, but honestly, in spirituality, they're within you. Inner reality manifests the outer reality. So if you're looking outward, that's the wrong way to look at it. All the elements are inside you to manifest what's outward. This can be also about like alchemy and turning elements around, turning situations around, creating gold from simple rock. But this is literally having all the resources you need, all the elements. You're a fire element, but you have all the elements in order to manifest what you want. So you have air, you have water, you have fire, wands. Is that all the elements? No, pentacles. In this deck there's no pentacles, but you have everything you need in order to manifest the pentacles. The point is you already have everything you need to manifest, to get your desired outcome. You're putting up a fence. There's something that you're injured about. So we're going to look into what you were injured by, because often the Nine of Wands is about like a soldier symbolism, because he's putting up, it's like a loose fence. So it's like your walls aren't even doing anything for you. It's like to calm your inner conscience, which is the ego, which is like, oh, I'm gonna put up this fence, I'm gonna do something about it. Or it's like you're thinking you're gonna do something in order to manifest your desires, but it's literally not doing anything, because honestly what it is doing, it's a barrier. You're actually more focusing on barriers, but you're thinking like, oh, because I'm creating this wall, or I'm creating like, you're still showing up, but it's like there's like this barrier, there's this like wall that you're showing up as, and there's something that you're wounded by. So you're not showing up as the Fool, where there's a spontaneity, or the Page of Wands even, where there's this childish this childish curiosity and transparency and imagination to like, the Magician is literally a child. It's like, oh, I have everything I need to manifest what I want. I don't need to look outward because it is in my reach. It is either within me or it's literally in my reach, in my physical realm, where I can just move my hand and I can grab it. Water, I can grab a cup of water. Swords, I have all the potential knowledge already that I know. Wands, I have the charisma, I have the confidence, I have the foresight to know what I need to do. Pentacles, I have all the resources to get what I want into my reality. I don't need to seek outward. I don't need to, like, I already have everything I need. But there's also this barrier where there's this wounded. The Nine of Wands also shows that you're resilient even when you've been wounded, you've been torn down. There's this sense of like still showing up. So you have that. This is like the last stand that you're doing. Like you're like, okay, this is like, you're wounded and you're like, okay, this is the last time. Like, okay, I'm just gonna, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. Like for instance, like you keep jumping job to job and you're like, you know what, if this job doesn't work out, I'm not going to be in this field anymore, because you just keep getting burnt out. Or this is the last time I'm going to try this. Or in regards to manifestation, Magician, I'm getting like, this is the last time that I'm going to do this. But even though you're like, this is the last time I'm going to do this, and you should be showing up with like full force, all in, putting all yourself into making this thing happen, because it's like, this is the last time. So it's like, you're not losing anything. I mean, if you think about it, if this is the last time you're going to do this, and like, what do you have to lose? You have to lose realizing like this thing doesn't work out. So this could be like something like maybe a entrepreneur thing, and you're trying to make this thing happen, and you're just like, it's not working out, whatever I do. But still, what's funny is even when the Nine of Wands is about, it's like your last stand, it's like you're still showing up, resilience, wounded warrior. You're not really showing up as like, oh, this is the last time, because if this was the last time, you wouldn't have a wall. So like subconsciously there's a wall that's stopping you from your full manifestation potential. Seeing that you have all the elements already, you have all the power to make this happen. Because while this is resilience, perseverance, and that you're close to success, it's also fatigue, because you're a wounded warrior and you're exhausted and you're tired and you're kind of like, this is the last straw. But in the last straw, you're still wounded. So like you have your guard up. You're like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna happen. And if this is the last straw, like, put down your guard. So I feel like there's this wall that's not even a wall. It's like a pathetic wall. Like with the Nine of Wands, I always ask, like, who are you fooling? Like the walls you put up are more to limit yourself than to limit the outer world from hurting you. So that's why you have to think about the wounded victim in regards to archetypes, is you have to think, or even just not as a victim, like, are the walls I'm putting up to protect me, or is it to actually limit me? Because by not moving outside of what I already know, which can be toxicity, and by putting up this wall, you're not able to experience, and you're not able to see like, hey, actually you have all the elements that you don't need to be guarded. Again, this is like Nine of Pentacles is a very entrepreneur, persevering, and the Nine of Pentacles, it's about seeing the reward. So it's really I feel the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles is telling you to like really pull through, like that last straw, really pull through, because you're going to see the rewards. It's like when you least expect it, when you least want it, is when it finally you start seeing the growth, you start seeing the abundance, and you're able to self-sustain yourself. Nine of Pentacles is about self-sustaining yourself and able to build up that garden where the garden grows without you having to put any active action into it. Your active entrepreneur action, like you constantly creating something to make something happen, finally that thing becomes a passive income, and you don't have to do anything at all to make that income grow, and then you're able to live off that passive income. But with the Nine of Pentacles, with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, this is telling you that like you really need to push through those wounds. Those wounds are what is stopping you, that's creating that boundary. Back of the deck we see the World. So this is completing something, completing a cycle in regards to your subconscious. I'm feeling that the Nine of Wands or something like subconscious, a subconscious wall that you really have to pull through in order to start seeing your abundance that is already present. The fact that in this deck the Magician doesn't even have the Pentacles, this shows that by working with the prior elements, you're then and pulling through that hurt, that victim, you're going to see the abundance. You're gonna be supported without having to work for it, for anything. So while the Nine of Wands is a minor arcana card that represents resilience, determination, and perseverance, this also signifies challenges and obstacles, but that you are still refusing to give up. And that's what I'm saying with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, is to not give up. The Nine of Wands is a reminder for you, Leo, to stay strong, stay focused, and never give up. But on the other hand, the Nine of Pentacles is about luxury, leisure, and the attainment of material wealth that you have had to pull through from the Nine of Wands. Finally able to enjoy the physical comfort that you had to kind of like pull through to see. With these two cards, when they appear together, this suggests, Leo, that you have persevered through challenging times and are now reaping the rewards of your hard work. So end cycles that need to be ended in order to be in your Nine of Pentacles, or you're able to finally enjoy your reward and Let the abundance feed you. And this is also like Nine of Pentacles. I get like it's believing that your environment will provide for you. Like it's that manifestation where the universe provides for you. In your environment, what shows up for you provides for you because you've done the hard work. You've had to pull through those difficulties, those wounds. And can be about like working through your wounds in regards to the Nine of Wands, because the Nine of Wands is a wounded soldier. So it could be working through your Chiron in order to get to your abundance. Working through your Chiron in order to get to your Jupiter, which is about expansion. Your Chiron is about your hurt. Things that can contain us, make us have the illusion of being safe. But I want to get back to like the Magician is all about you already have all the elements that you need. You have already all the resources to succeed, to pull through, to persevere, to start enjoying the physical, whatever life, whatever that dream life is for you. This is fast movement, but also the Chariot is about focus. It's about focusing both horses on the same goal, because if you're like, oh, this might work or this might work, then your chariot is gonna it's not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna be in a standstill. So the Chariot is about movement, transportation, travel, but it is also about like making sure both of your horses are focused on the same task in order to actually move forward.